Okay, I know I've done a lot of cleaning videos for the PlayStation 5, so this isn't new, but I like to come back. I'm like, look, how dirty has it gotten? Can I still remember how to open this bad boy? Okay, shout out to anyone who says the 2 terabyte Xbox isn't worth it. Look how much. Look, if you wanted to buy a 2 terabyte 2230, 300 bones, dogs. 300 bones. Just put that out. I'm just putting that out there. Shout out to you guys that always say Xbox isn't worth purchasing. No, I always forget which way you're supposed to pull on this. So to pull on it this way. Pull on it this way. Hold on. Let me do the other side first then.
I remember it was that side.
Look how dirty it gets. And we have it on a table. So it's not like we have it on the floor.
I remember it. Oh.
There, look at that. Look how dirty that is.
I remember it was
Okay,
this
please.
side.
I know, you take them both off, Dominic.
Oh. Okay.
You take them both off. Okay. There it is. Let me get my tools, guys. Sorry. This is my current. This Xbox is working on an Xbox that can be fixed. You just open it like this, guys. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Okay, so golly, guys. Well, how often do you think we clean the PlayStation, Dami? Like once a year, maybe?
Yeah, once a year.
And still, look how dirty it gets.
Or maybe. Maybe 3 days each.
Once every 3 days?
Yeah.
Oh, and they use the same screw, the Torx 8. It's almost like they collaborate except for language. Torx 8, yes, that's the bit. Torx 8. Thank you, come again. I'm kidding, gosh, guys. Okay, there, I took this off. I'm just trying to connect. Shout out to anyone out there look. I know there's a lot of, okay, so each one of these is a different, okay, so let me make sure. There's different links here, guys, from what I remember. My memory. So, okay, that one's the short one. This corner was the long one. And I painted this grill. So just so you know, this doesn't come like this color. I would love to do a metal case where the case is the heatsink. Look, PlayStation. What if you could alleviate some of the space for the heatsink if the case was the heatsink? Okay, look, so this is how I know PlayStation loves me, because each screw is a different size. So that corner there is that size, this corner here is this size. And then this other corner that I took out is the tiniest one. And then this one, let's see what size this is. Oh, it's I think a tiny one too, maybe? Medium, because this isn't, look. Oh, sad face. Okay, so maybe these two are the same size. Okay, so these two are the same size. That's the shortest one, that's the longest one. Okay, boom. I just set them in the same order. Oh, okay, here we go. And there it is. Look, there it is, guys. Okay, look at that. That's like 1 year, I think 1 year worth of dust, and sitting on a table, not on the floor, on the table, so elevated. There's the dust. Let me show you the inside there. Golly, guys, see how dirty that gets? My goodness. Okay, I do need to take this other panel off. But look, we're gonna roll with it, guys. I gotta do that better, but hold on. Let's flip this. With my race, your abilities. Oh. But guys, I don't want to give you an unrealistic expectation of how long it takes. It takes me a while to clean, guys. Look, guys. It's just, I know you could maybe hire a robot to do this. Maybe the robot could do it faster. I doubt that. Look, I've been watching these AI robots cleaning, and I'm like, first of all, you ever look at these videos of the robots cleaning like a house? The house is like relatively clean already. And then they're just like picking up like one clothing item off the floor. Look, I'm not like putting it down. I'm just saying, like, if somebody's expecting their robot that they bought for like $20,000, I think that's the current price for those robots. I'm like, and you're expecting it to really have this high level of dexterity. I don't know if that's gonna be the reality, guys, at the current moment. You know, I think it's gonna take some time. Look, I refuse to be defeated here by this. I'm trying to take the other side off, guys. Look, guys, I know I could just look it up, but what's the fun in that? What's the fun in just looking it up?
Wait, Daddy, I didn't know you can hold the button. You can do this, Daddy, look. You can hold the button in.
I figured it out, guys. I figured it out. Oh my gosh.
It does like a super swing.
Look, you're getting even dust in here, guys. Even dust by the Bluey sticker. I hope they do a Bluey version. Actually, you know, I noticed on the PlayStation there's a lot of Paw Patrol games. So shout out to PlayStation. I hope they come out with the Paw Patrol version of the PS5, guys. No, and shout out to them dropping the price on the Fortnite edition of the place. I mean, maybe there's not new Fortniters. You know, I think it's hard to get into the Fortnite ecosystem. I really do think there's a lot of gatekeeping. And so you end up just with like the people who were into it initially, and then like no people are let in. And then everybody's trying to like welcome people in because they didn't let people in, you know, when it was like people wanted to get in. That's just my outside observation. I've never been kind of like a part of like these groups, but you know, I feel like maybe Fortnite and Call of Duty are dying. I don't know. I just feel like I was never able to like break into the inner circle. Not the inner circle, just the people who play Fortnite. It just seemed like I wasn't good enough. I don't know. I just wasn't kind enough. I just wasn't respectful enough. I think that's really kind of maybe what it comes down to, guys. I try my best. I try to be positive and respectful, and I appreciate anyone who's watching. You know, it's just me cleaning my consoles, my computers, and trying to enjoy myself and appreciate being alive. That's really where it's at for me. Okay, so as I start to take apart my Xbox, I think I might get to the point where I take apart this plastic. I got to watch some videos first just to see other people taking apart their PlayStations. But yeah, look how dirty it's getting inside there, guys. I think I'm gonna need to. Okay, let me take a peek at my mushkin. Oh, you know what? I have the heat pad. If someone, but I do think it. You know, you might see it. Who knows? Maybe you'll see it improvement in performance when if just by upgrading your SSDs. I think that might. You know, maybe we'll figure out that like just upgrading the SSD on your Xbox and PlayStation maybe. Who knows? Maybe companies will take a 180 and realize, you know what? Maybe we should appreciate our consumers. I hope this is the right way. Our customers, and we don't have to leave them behind. You know, I said, what if there was a campaign for no consumer left behind? You know, PlayStation. What if PlayStation was like, gosh, we're grateful. Oh, I think I did it backwards, guys. Okay, let's see. I put this one on this side. I do think these help because it's kind of like it channels the air to flow more. Oh no, I think I did it right. I did it right the first time, guys. Look, guys, I did it right the first time. You heard it here first, guys. I'm admitting to making a mistake and then realizing, no, the mistake was that I thought I made a mistake. I'm just being silly, guys. No, I appreciate you guys. No, I realize there's like a...
I gotta go pee.
Okay, you go ahead, Baba. You go ahead. Maybe just being positive and respectful is the way that I'm able to do stuff here, guys. There, I had to latch it. I had to tuck it in there, guys. Look, boom. Look, I should have followed the arrow. Look, PlayStation said, look, you're the dummy. Oh, thank you to PlayStation for letting you do 2-hour trial for Miraculous. My son and I, we were playing Miraculous. Dude, that game is awesome. It's slightly hard, if I'm honest. I feel like video games, like the developers and the people who play video games kind of aged together. So they didn't realize that like if someone else wanted to join the ship, you know,
Can you help me with something?
Yes, one moment, but let me finish the video, okay?
Okay.
If they realize that the age ship was left, they left behind the people who want to jump onto the ship.
Daddy, are these becoming your ears?
Yes, those are earplugs, so you don't have to hear the loud sounds of the blower.
But Daddy, the blower
Here, let me just blow the backside of this bud.
But I need these on.
Okay, put them in your ears. Okay, he's gonna put his earplugs in. Okay, this dirt or this dust is like super like just hard to get out of here, guys. But no, I hope they do. Oh, thank you to PlayStation for having the 2-hour trial. I'd say, look, that's part of the reason I think it's good to have the equivalent of Game Pass on the PlayStation. No, sometimes you get the trial, so like I like the, you know what I would love to see on some of these platforms? Like, yo, Sasha Sharma, why don't you do like rentals? Why can't I rent a game, a virtual rental? PlayStation, why can't I virtually rent a game? You know, when it leaves Game Pass, I delete it off my console. You know, it's like it's kind of like the people who are subscribing to Game Pass, I don't think they're the ones pirating games. You know, I think they're the ones that are saying, hey, look, I'm willing to pay money on a monthly basis to test out games, to play games, to try games. Why don't you reward those people and say, look, what if I could rent a game virtually? You know, I don't think things have to get worse. I think we could also just realize that, you know, maybe there is an equivalent to what we do or what we did in the past and make it cool again, you know, make video gaming great again. You know, I remember going to Blockbuster and renting video games, and it was fun. It was awesome. You know, I mean, I think it would be cool. PlayStation, Microsoft, Sony, Xbox. Look, I said the names wrong. One time I said that to a coworker. I said a Ford Silverado, I think. I forget what I said, but you know, I mixed them up. I mixed up the words, but I'm like, well, what if I bought Chevy and Ford, and then I made a Ford Silverado, huh? I'm just messing around, guys. But no, thank you for letting me clean my PlayStation, clean my Xbox, slowly modify it, and kind of just improve on it on a daily basis, whether it's with the hardware or the software, you know? So that would be my choice, my wishful thinking, my dreams. And, you know, even if my dreams don't come true, I think it was cool to dream, you know? And I think that's the point. It's like, you know, people can take your stuff away from you. They can make it where they can hack your devices and make it so you can't use them anymore, but they can't take hope from me. You know, that's something I have to give willingly. You know, someone can take all my items and leave me homeless on the street. But as long as I maintain a level of hope within my heart, I think I can move forward and I don't know, just aspire to be better and do better and live better and try to share what I learn on a daily basis with the people who are willing to learn with me, to improve with me. I think that's what makes us human. That's my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. You could say what makes us human is the lack of creativity and the lack of learning and the lack of growth. But I'd say I don't think so, guys. I don't. I think what makes us human is the ability to hope and to dream. I mean, even if we lose everything to the government or to people who don't think that, you know, I should have the right to be here raising my children, even if it's unpaid, you know, I'm saying, look, even if hypothetically the job that I have and I've had on a daily basis for the last 8 years, maybe nobody else agrees or believes that should be a paid profession, but I do. I think homemaker should be a paid profession. I think someone who decides and takes a conscious effort to create a home and to try to create a family and to have children, I think that should be a paid profession. So thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. Please like, comment, subscribe, but only if you're capable mentally or physically. And I'll see you on the next one.